Earlier, we were talking about this gal that was on a Tinder date when she plugged the toilet and decided to discard of the waste using her hands.
Not fun.
And she got stuck in a window because then it got stuck on a shelf and she had to go get it, and it was just terrible. So we were asking you, what is the worst thing that has ever happened to you on a date? And Veronica writes in that she got pregnant. God, if you're Veronica's kid, you must feel like you must feel like that turd on the shelf that got stuck in between the lady's apartment.
Hey. That's not what you're planning.
The worst thing that happened to you got pregnant? You don't write that.
That's not what you're planning on, though, okay? So, yes, while
Steve Wilson likes it. Maybe he's the dad. I don't know.
Well, you weren't planning, like while you're joyous now, it probably, puts you through some rough times.
Oh, my God. Nikki said she saw a dead guy. I've never seen a dead guy. Have you ever seen a dead guy?
No, I've never seen a dead guy.
I've never seen a dead woman either, by the way. I've never seen a dead person, just to be very clear.
I've driven by an accident before.
Where they had the blanket? I've seen that,
the blanket over it. And that's hard to take.
I had friends that were on the river, and there was a guy jet skiing, and he'd been drinking too much. He wasn't wearing a helmet. He was going 50, as fast as he could go. He wasn't paying attention. There was a gravel rock bar that came out. He didn't see it. He freaking hit that. He flew off the jet ski because he's going 50.
And they watched it all happen.
Hit his head right on the rocks, bounced across the rocks. They were the first boat there. He was done. I think he was killed instantly. But then there was people coming by, and they were looking for this guy.
So morbid.
And the
enthusiasm in which you tell that story is even more morbid.
Well, it's just nuts to think that. I'm like, wow, I'm glad I wasn't out with him on that day. And the wife came, they were looking for him on another boat, and then they had to talk to her, and they had to, it was just a whole thing, man. It was terrible. Can you imagine the worst thing that's ever happened to you on a date?
Poor Crystal, man. This is terrible. She had a Valentine's Day date not show up.
That sucks.
She got stood up.
But that's because you're drinking the Valentine's Day Kool-Aid.
On Valentine's Day.
Yeah. There's worse things. There's worse things that can happen.
I would think seeing a dead guy is something worth bonding over on a date.
But how do you have the second date? All you do is talk about the dead guy.
Well, yeah, at least, how many people, we just had this discussion about not too many people have ever seen a dead body before. So, you're like, wow, can you believe that? I mean, at least it gives you something to talk about on that second date. On the second date, that's usually the date where you're like, so first date was cool. What'd you do this past week? Yeah, that's awesome. And then that's when you start talking about work.
Talking about bad things that have happened on a date. And I haven't got anything back from Nikki on the dead guy. But we do have another girl that says she's seen a dead guy on a date as well. Where was the dead guy?
This is too common for our listeners.
Right. Where was the dead guy at?
So there was actually a dead body in the car with us on this date. He told me at the end of the date that he was a mortician's son, and he had been in town to pick up a body. So
no way! Come on, really?
That's real. Yeah.
Wait a second. How did you meet the mortician's son?
Okay, so he was my friend's friend. It was a blind date, and he was coming into town. I was living in a small town at the time. So he was coming into town. My friend set us up, gave him my number, and we met at a Chili's. It was all very normal. We had, dinner, went to a movie.
Right.
It's going really well.
I want my body back, body back, body back, body back, body back, body back, body back.
So let me get this straight. He was visiting, and that's how you met him.
Yeah, he was visiting the town, so my friend set us up on a blind date. We went to dinner, we went to a movie. It was going really well, and he wanted to, go to the makeout point, and he, chooses that moment to tell me that his dad is a mortician and that he's been in town picking up a body. And it was a van. It was just like a minivan, and I looked in back, and there's a body bag.
Oh, my God. What did you do? You bounce?
I asked to go home.
So had the body been dealt with in the fashion that they get dealt with for funeral purposes?
I didn't see the body itself.
It was in the bag.
I just saw the bag, but I assumed that it was prepared because he had been picking it up from a funeral home.
Did he have dark circles under his eyes?
He did not. No, he looked very normal.
Oh, would you like to go on another
I'm
date?
here for your date.
Thanks, Hillary. Wow, that's a wild call. That's crazy.
Welcome to my minivan.
We just haven't lived enough. God. That's the stuff that Nightmare on Elm Street, that's the stuff that horror movies are made of. A girl goes on like almost a blind date because her friend sets her up with a friend coming to town, and he's driving a van, and there's a dead body and a body bag in the back.
Would you like to go up to the makeout point?
Oh, my dad, he's a mortician.
I just drive the minivan because it gets me chicks.
You can lay on the body. It's soft like a mattress.
I wanted to find out what kind of minivan it was too.
I know you're a minivan guy.
I'm a minivan guy, and I'm always looking to haul cargo. Not that type of cargo.
Probably an Astro minivan because those were the cargo vans.
First ones. They were built on a truck chassis.
Chrysler didn't make a cargo van, did they? Those were all passenger vans, right? I don't know.
God.
That's a bad date.
That's
right
rule
there.
number one being broken right there. Somebody comes to pick you up on a date and they're driving a cargo van. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
do yourself
but
a
wrong
favor.
is going to happen on
Just
that.
watch a couple episodes of Dateline. You can get them online. Cargo vans are really bad.
Like, you're lucky that it was just the mortician's son.
John, what happened on your day, man?
Oh, dude, I laugh as I tell you guys this. I don't think Cameron Crowe could have written it any better. Truly. A buddy of mine, we're going on a double date, and so we are going to the circus that comes through town every year. We get to the circus a little late, so Junior behind us, that's probably kindergarten, maybe a little earlier, has already really had his belly full of circus, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. And decides, we're there, I'm not joking, guys, maybe not even 5 minutes. And Junior decides to let it loose, fire hose style, right on both of the women.
Oh.
Nothing on my buddy, nothing on me, right down the back of my buddy's girlfriend. This kid lets it loose on both of these girls so bad that we had to go to the bathroom and buy extra large. We, the boys, had to go buy extra large concert circus shirts to give to these girls to put on in the bathroom so they could actually exit the venue without kids barf all over them.
Wow.
It was, and get this, not a I'm sorry from the parents.
Nothing?
Not a, hey, can we pay your tickets? What can we do for you?
Hey, you know what?
Shirt?
It is what it is.
It was what it was. And let me tell you, you guys were so bad that the girls had to leave their clothes. They left them
behind?
Garbage can.
Yeah. It's just, oh, God.
That's never a
Disgusting.
good sign of anything. Not date anything. Whenever you have to leave clothes behind, that means something happened with bodily functions that you did not plan on.
Thanks.
That sounds horrible.
Thanks, John.
Sounds terrible.
Jeez
Yes.
Louise.
I mean,
You guys have a good one.
Yeah. Jeez. That's one thing I'm not good with.
So never go to on a date in a cargo van, and never go to a date at the circus.
Well, you can go to a date. Just make sure you know who's sitting behind you. Make sure it's not a kid that's been eating, cotton candy, hot dogs, popcorn.
As the father of somebody who has had too much circus in their life, I know exactly what happened in that situation.
Kids can't eat like an adult. Their stomachs are just too.
I mean, as a
new.
rule of thumb, you should not take a date to a place where kids are heavily involved.
Does that mean Chuck E. Cheese is out?
Yeah, like Chuck E. Cheese and mini golf. I've never understood the guy that takes the girl to the mini golf place.
You took a girl to a mini golf.
Yeah, because
I did. I know
when you're
I
in
have.
high school, that's the only thing you can do, right?
Right. What about college?
But you got to really? You did that?
I guess it was after high school, before college.
Were you 21?
It was that limbo period I was in. I think
you want to go to a mini date?
Yeah, I was 21.
You want to go to the mini
As a
golf?
matter of fact, I was 21.
And you took somebody to a mini golf?
She was not 21.
date?
She was not 21, though. I was 21. She was not.
Wait, your wife's older than you.
No, she's younger than I am.
Oh.
She's
But she
9 months younger than I am.
She graduated high school before you did.
Well, yeah, she was a Head Start program, whatever it's called. So
Wait, so her Head Start and you're held back?
are we focusing on the mini golf or are we focusing on my wife's age?
Hold on a second.
She was not 21, so
She graduated before you, but she's younger than you.
yeah, it's just you've known this. You've known me for 20 years.
I
You
know.
know she's younger than me. You know that she graduated.
No, I always thought she was older than you.
Yeah. But we
She was Head Start, you were Head Back.
Seriously, though. Ow. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KCOZ rocks.